Padel has become an expensive sport to play. In some cities, a 90-minute court booking can cost 70, 80, even £100, and somehow it just keeps rising. It's the world's fastest growing sport, yet in many places it's quietly becoming one of the least affordable. Everyone talks about the boom, the new courts, the new brands, the new players, but no one talks about the bill. So today we're following the money to uncover the 7 key reasons Padel costs so much to play. And reason 6, it might be a bit controversial. Reason number 1, build cost. To build even one court, you're talking serious money. In the UK, a typical new court costs between £55,000 and £80,000. The LTA's own templates put it at about $62,000 all in. That includes the base, drainage, fencing, and lighting. Every piece is specialist: tempered glass, engineered steel frames, and imported turf. Even the lighting columns need deep foundations. When you add it up, a 6-court facility can sink £500,000 before a single ball is even hit. And those costs don't disappear. They're built into every hour you book. Most venues also budget around £1,500 per court per year for maintenance, and resurfacing roughly every 5 years. It's a constant, expensive cycle. Reason 2, land and rent. Padel needs height as much as space. About 9 metres of clear roof for lobs, plus safety runoffs and walkways. That pushes clubs into the outdoors, premium warehouses, or new build shells. In cities like London, commercial rent alone can top £100,000 a year, sometimes even more. And then come the business rates, insurance, and utilities. Every playable hour has to carry a slice of those fixed costs. That's why urban padel feels like a luxury experience, while suburban or rural sites can charge less. And here's another layer: indoor versus outdoor. In colder countries, courts need roofs, lighting, heating, even dehumidifiers, each one adding tens of thousands in structure and energy use. In warmer regions, clubs can build outdoors for a fraction of the price. No roof, no walls, no constant power bill. The difference between an outdoor and indoor build can easily double the cost, and that gap shows up on every booking screen. Reason number 3, utilization. The harsh reality of owning a padel club is quite simple. The courts sit empty a lot. Demand spikes after work and weekends, but weekdays between 10 and 4, almost silent. Playtomic data shows many venues average only 30 to 40% utilization overall, so the busy hours 6 to 9 p.m. have to pay for the quiet ones. That's why a Friday night slot can cost up to triple a Tuesday morning. It's a necessary evil to pay for the empty slots. Reason number 4, operating costs. Even once the courts are built, the meter keeps running. Indoor lighting draws around 2 kilowatts per court, costing roughly £1 per hour to run. Multiply that across 8 courts for 8 hours a day, and the bills can add up fast. Add heating or ventilation for winter, staff wages, cleaning, insurance, and booking platform fees, and your break-even point climbs higher. Most padel clubs are private businesses with no council subsidy, so every overhead like this ends up reflected in the prices that players pay. Reason number 5, imports and supply chains. Almost all padel hardware is still made in Spain or Italy. The glass, the steel frames, the turf, the lighting, all imported. For British, Scandinavian, or further abroad clubs, that means shipping, customs, and exchange rate costs. Import friction alone can add £3,000 to £5,000 per court, and replacement glass panels aren't cheap. Until more local production exists, operators everywhere else are paying a premium just to get the materials. Reason number 6, branding and expectations. So by this point, you might be wondering, is it just corporate greed? Are clubs and brands deliberately keeping the prices high? It would be easy to think that, but I think the truth is a little bit murky. Padel didn't just start as a community sport, it arrived as a lifestyle. From rooftop courts to influencer events to champagne between sets, the sport was built to look premium, and that image stuck. In London, places like Padium charge £80 to £100 an hour for a centre court with cameras, lounge service, and designer lighting. It's not a scam, it's a statement. Padel's brand was born aspirational, and once a sport becomes aspirational, its prices follow the perception. That helps Padel feel exciting, modern, and exclusive, but it also makes affordability almost impossible to build back in. And that's the part most people never consider, the price of the branding itself. Is that a good thing? I'm not so sure, but it certainly catches people's eye. Reason number 7, planning and noise. Even when investors are ready to build, local regulations can slow them down. Across the UK, councils have rejected outdoor projects over noise complaints. That sharp pop off the glass carries further than you'd think. To get approved, many clubs move indoors, adding hundreds of thousands in structure and soundproofing. Fewer approvals means fewer courts, and limited supply keeps prices high. And then there's the outlier, Spain. Here, Padel is everywhere. Thousands of outdoor courts, local factories, simple permits, and weather that lets you play all year round. Most courts are outdoors, which means no roof, no heating, no power bills. A 90-minute court costs 19 to 30 euros total, roughly 6 to 12 per person. That's the power of scale, sunshine, and a mature ecosystem that's already paid its startup costs. It proves Padel doesn't have to be this expensive, it's just built differently elsewhere. The UK finally passed 1,000 courts this year, and new canopy-covered builds are testing cheaper ways to expand. But in dense cities, land, planning, and power will always make Padel pricier than its southern roots. The best hope is smarter business models, simpler builds, dynamic off-peak pricing, and community clubs that keep the sport open to everyone. So next time you wince at a booking screen, remember what you're paying for. Glass, steel, light, land, and a young sport still finding its footing. Can Padel stay premium and accessible at the same time? Tell me what it costs where you play. I'm really interested. Thanks for watching the video. See you next time.